stories.
What would you do if information on the internet gave a false impression of you to the rest of the world? It's happening to many people right here in Ohio.
So many people, and it all has to do with a simple photo. E-team investigator Jonathan Walsh shares a real problem that may now have an answer.
Battling back against websites that take these and try to turn them into cash. At issue, the mugshots taken after someone is arrested for a crime. They're public records, so websites are allowed to post them. But the problem comes if people have been falsely accused, acquitted, or the charges are dropped. Some sites ask people for money, potentially $1,000 to take that mug down. But a new bill just passed in the Ohio legislature. It says if websites are caught demanding fees for removing a picture, it will be a first-degree misdemeanor with a civil penalty of up to $10,000. The mugshot bill now goes to Governor John Kasich's desk, and it should be signed within the next 10 days. I'm 5 on your side investigator Jonathan Walsh for the E-Team.
Next on Good Morning Cleveland, months of waiting and wondering may finally be over for the parents of 2 murdered girls. The possible crack in the Indiana case.
And it's on a lot of people's wish lists, but you may have to wait months to get your hands on the new iPhone, the 10 specifically. Here's the latest in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a smaller, more powerful Echo. Amazon's new second-generation smart home speaker is about half the size of the original.
For the first time, it can make free calls across North America. The new Echo costs $99, but if you buy 3 at once, Amazon will take $50 off your total. And Uber is ending its car leasing service.
Yeah, the company started leasing vehicles for some drivers 2 years ago. The company is ending that business after finding out it loses $9,000 per car on average. Delta launching free in-flight texting. The airline says it's the first to provide the service, which starts Sunday.
It does not include the exchange of photos, video files, or audio messages. Voice calls are still banned, so no worries about noisy chatter from fellow passengers.
So more reason to ignore the person next to you.
Those are your Tech Bites.
My mom's pain from moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis was intense. I wondered if she could do the stuff she does for us, which is kinda a lot. And if that pain could mean something worse.
Joint pain could mean joint damage. Enbrel helps relieve joint pain and helps stop further damage. Enbrel may lower your ability to fight infections, serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have had hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or paleness. Don't start Enbrel if you have an infection like the flu.
Since Enbrel, my mom's back to being my mom.
Visit Enbrel.com and use the Joint Damage Simulator to see how joint damage could progress. Ask about Enbrel. Enbrel. FDA approved for over 18 years.
Hi there, everyone. Good morning. Power 5 meteorologist Brian Shaw here. It is actually going to be a lot cooler out there compared to yesterday, especially in the Akron-Canton area. We're looking at about a 20-degree drop compared to what we had yesterday. Still pretty mild this morning, 59 degrees right now in Akron. Across the rest of Northeast Ohio, a couple of spots in the mid to low 60s, 61 Medina, 64 Cleveland, 59 Worcester, as well as Millersburg. Coshocton a little bit cooler at 58. Youngstown at 57, Ashland 59. But temperatures climbing to just the mid to upper 60s for today. Partly cloudy skies, overall cooler across Northeast Ohio for today.
You know, I feel like this is a reoccurring theme here on Good Morning Cleveland.
Yeah.
Coffee and sleep. We talk about both a lot. So the quest for shut-eye, right? A new study found more than a third of Americans older than 65 use some sort of medication to help them fall asleep.
It also found most people aren't talking with their doctor about their sleep patterns either. Sleep medication can put your health at risk. The guidelines strongly warn against prescription sleep medicine for people over the age of 65. They also can have side effects like dizziness, confusion, a risk of dangerous falls. The FDA says these drugs should only be used on a short-term basis, and you should talk with your doctor before you start taking any of the medication. All right, let's talk about the iPhone 10 now. It doesn't come out for another month, but experts already saying it's going to be pretty hard to get.
You might even have to, they say, wait until January. Tech analysts are predicting the phone will sell out within an hour or two. Apple blames production delays. The iPhone 10 has a lot of new tech features on it that they say just takes longer to produce, mass produce, that is. Up next, a plea for help by a local woman is urging her community to contact members of Congress.
They call him the bike doctor. How this guy has already bettered the lives of hundreds of folks. Come on back, y'all, for that one.
Twice in 2 nights, someone was violently attacked near Public Square. It's now prompting a call for more police patrols in that area. We heard from the first victim yesterday right here on Good Morning Cleveland. A 60-year-old woman fought off her attacker who was hitting her with a wrench at a parking garage. It happened Monday night. Then on Tuesday, a man walking through the Public Square parking lot was jumped by a group of men. He was stabbed and then robbed. The victim says he may, though, have known one of his attackers.
It confirms your suspicion that anything in downtown is trouble. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way people can react.
I don't think enough is done, especially at the wee hours of the morning when actually we need them the most.
Overall, there have been fewer than 5 violent crimes in Public Square over the last few months. Cleveland police, RTA officers, sheriff's deputies, even downtown Cleveland Alliance ambassadors are on patrol in and around the area. And Cleveland police say they plan to increase patrols for upcoming Indians games.
A fire chief thinks dirty politics is behind the vandalism of his home in Medina County.
He and a Medina Township trustee say they're being retaliated against. They claim it's because the Township Fire Department was shut down to save money. Medina Township dissolved the department in July when it signed a contract for services with the Medina Fire Department. The closure upset some township firefighters and residents, and police think the vandal who dumped oil outside the fire chief's home and the home of a township trustee could be one of those people, possibly.
Now, an E-Team exclusive.
Right now, there's growing pressure to pick up the pace when it comes to getting help to the people in need in Puerto Rico.
A woman from Cleveland, her family still dealing with the devastation left behind by Hurricane Maria, is now joining the fight for her loved ones with their homeland in the midst of a humanitarian crisis. Mike Brookbank joins the E-Team to tell us what she's doing to help.
The images coming out of Puerto Rico show just how desperate the situation is. With life's basics still out of the reach for so many people, the federal government's response is coming under fire.
We need help. People do not have water, food, shelter.
Rosa Torres Waldo is scared.
This is a catastrophe. People are dying.
And stunned.
I mean, this is inconceivable.
The Puerto Rico native cannot believe so little has happened since Hurricane Maria mutilated the island.
Very bad situation, and we need help soon.
To try and speed up the process, Torres Waldo is leading a Puerto Rico chain of reaction.
I know that the United States can do it.
She's rallying the Puerto Rican community in Northeast Ohio to contact members of Congress by phone and email.
To make pressure that the FEMA move fast.
As for why the federal government's response appears to be lagging behind other disasters, Torres Waldo tells me there is a political undertone and points to the people of Puerto Rico.
They cannot vote. And because they cannot vote, they don't have any, political pressure.
There may be no political pressure, but at the end of the day, we're talking about Americans begging for help from fellow Americans.
Not Americans helping Americans, human beings helping another human being in distress.
President Trump plans on visiting Puerto Rico next week, but Clevelanders I spoke with say it'll be too little, too late. Reporting for the E-Team, I'm Mike Brookbank.
And again, Maria is now a tropical